Hello po mga ka-viral and welcome back again to this YouTube channel. Latest update na naman tayo ngayon. Senado pinapanagot na ng Supreme Court. Nanginig si Senator Escudero at 17 mga senador na nagpabalik ng articles of impeachment sa lower house sa naging hatol sa kanila ng kataas-taasang hukuman. Nanindigan ang House of Representatives na wala silang nilabag sa one-year bar rule hinggil sa impeachment at question ang mahakbang ng Senado tulad ng remand, question of jurisdiction, at ang probable dismissal ng impeachment if majority ng mga senators di umano ay magboto para i-junk ang pagpapa-impeach sa Vice Presidente. According sa mga mamabatas at mga legal luminaries, this would be a violation of grave abuse of discretion and a violation of the Constitution that says the Senate must try and decide all cases of impeachment. Pinanindigan ng ilang mga senador tulad ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano na bago dinggin ng korte ang kaso ay titingnan muna ang jurisdiction kung merong itong nilabag sa procedure. Dagdag pa niya, pwedeng ma-dismiss ng Senado ang impeachment when majority of the senator judges agree and vote for the dismissal na umani ng malawak na pambabatikos. Samantala, nagiging matunog ang pangalan ni Soto at Escudero para sa Senate President. Naging hati ang suporta ng mga senators, kabilang na ang mga bagong pasok na mga senators sa 20th Congress. Malaking papel ang gagampanan ng Senado sa impeachment ng Vice President lalo na at nakatutok dito ang taong bayan. Subalit sa mga nangyayari ngayon, maraming mga netizens ang sumisigaw ngayon na i-abolish at buwagin ng Korte Suprema ang Senado dahil sa hindi patas at bias na pamamaraan ng pagpapatakbo ng impeachment.
Duterte 7, Senator Bungo, Senator Robin Padilla, Senator Marcoleta, Senator Aimee Marcos, and the two Villar.
Pero Senator Aimee, sir, nag-commit na rin? Senator Aimee?
I don't know. I don't know kung nag-usap na sila personally, pero in principle, kami, Duterte Black, napag-usapan namin, we are inclined to support Senate President Chis Escudero.
Why, sir?
Well, wala naman kaming nakitang hindi dapat siya suportahan. So, we support him.
Walang kapalit like yung mga committee chairmanship, sir?
Wala naman kasi as is malago. Wala man akong hiningi. Wala man rin pinaramay sa akin. Basta nagustuhan ko lang yung pamamalakad niya sa amin, sa Senado. Yung leadership niya is, nakita ko is very open to everything. Hindi siya close-minded, hindi siya porque ganito siya, panindigan niya ganito siya, o porque ganun, kuwan siya, yung nakikinig siya. So that's what we need as a democratic institution, pakinggan ang lahat.
So, sir, kung tatanungin ka, anong hihingin mong committee kay Senate President Escudero?
Wala na akong hinihingi kasi meron naman tayong equity of the incumbent kung gano'n, di ba? Kung, halimbawa, we will vote for him as the Senate President, tapos ayaman ng incumbent senator, kung ano yung hawak ko, I suppose yun pa rin ang hawakan ko. Equity of the incumbent nga. So, hindi ko na hiningi sa kanya yan. At hindi rin niya in-offer sa akin dahil that's my understanding.
Sir, last na lang. So, si Marcoleta nga ba, Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman, sir?
Yan ang hinihingi niya and I presume na napangako na sa kanya.
Sir, may talks about impeachment nung time na bago kayo mag-commit with SPGs, may hiling ba kayo or any favors asked about the impeachment proceedings?
Wala kaming his stand towards impeachment is not a factor to our decision in choosing him as our Senate President. Ang pinaka-big factor dyan na nakikita ko lang talaga is yung pagka-open niya. Nakikinig siya. Lahat ng sides pinapakinggan niya. So, yun ang nagustuhan namin na liderato. Yes.
Sa impeachment, sir, di ba po, nag-move kayo para i-dismiss yung articles of impeachment noong June 10. Uulitin niyo po ba yun pag nag-reopen kayo? Yung hihingi na ho ba yan? Hihingin ba yan ng Duterte 7?
Mag-usap pa kami. Titingnan namin. Baka sabihin nyo, insisting naman itong mga tao na ito, pabalik-balik. Hiningi na namin yan noon, di ba? Pero one thing I can assure you is that ako from my personal na paniniwala ko ito, that since tinanong ng impeachment court yung House of Representatives as to their stand whether or not itong 28th Congress House of Representatives is willing to be bound by the actions of their predecessors, yung House of Representatives ng 19th Congress, are they willing to continue or are they willing to be to bind themselves to whatever actions that were took place during the previous Congress? You can expect me also to raise this question sa floor once the 28th Congress convenes. Itatanong ko rin na tinanong natin yung House of Representatives. Why not ask ourselves also? Di ba? Pareho lang naman. Pareho lang. So, tanungin rin natin yung Senate of the 28th Congress kung are they willing to be bound by the actions of the previous previous Senate of the 19th Congress.
So, Senator, ibig sabihin, bago kayo mag-decide kung i-dismiss or hindi, paano po yung scenario? Kailangan po bang magbotohan kung sa tingin ng Senado ay may jurisdiction kayo o wala dun sa impeachment?
Yun. Dapat, it has to be established. It has to be established by the Senate, not by the impeachment court. By the Senate.
So, paano
We are
ibig
talking
sabihin?
about new composition ng Senado. So I am asking the Senate, not the impeachment court. Ha? Senate nga tinatanong ko kasi nga bago ang composition ng Senate compared doon sa previous Senate. So magiging iba na naman ang composition ng impeachment court. Di ba? Pero itatanong ko yan dito sa plenaryo namin as a Senate, not as an impeachment court. Di ba?
So, yan na po ba yung sa inyong pito, sir? Sorry. Yan na po ba yung para ano ba? Yan ang i-raise ninyo? 7? Solid 7?
I hope they are going to support me, but hindi pa namin napag-usapan yun. As I've said, personal ko lang yan na paniniwala na kailangan tanungin rin natin itong Senate of the 28th Congress kung magpapabind ba sila sa actions ng Senate of the 19th Congress.
So, sorry, isa na lang. Sir, hindi nga ho ba proof na talagang tatawid dito sa 20th Congress at kailangan yung mag-trial, yung pong pag-return ng articles of impeachment sa House kasi hiningan nyo po sila may order kayo sa kanila eh. Na-comply na yung isa, sir, yung certification na in compliance daw with the Constitution yung pong articles and then magko-comply din daw po dun sila sa pangalawang order. So, pag nag-comply sila, hindi ho ba dapat diretso na kayo sa trial, sir?
Paano? Ibang na nga composition rin ng Senate na 28th Congress eh. Kaya tatanungin ko talaga para masettle yung issue of jurisdiction. Tanungin natin. Kasi tinanong natin yung House, why not ask the Senate? Pareho lang yun.
Hindi nyo napag-usapan yan ni SP?
Hindi namin napag-usapan yan. Ako, sa akin lang yan, personal ko lang yan na paningin.
Sir, personally, mag-move po ba kayo na ulit na ipa-dismiss yung impeachment ni VP Sara?
Hindi, siguro. Ang pinakaunang motion ko is to determine whether or not the Senate of the 28th Congress is willing to be bound by the actions of the previous Senate. Yun
trial, Senate President Escudero said the power of the impeachment court is limitless. They can do what they want. You can do what you want, being a member of the impeachment court. So now there are sectors saying that they can acquit, they can convict, but they can also dismiss. Being a court, they have the power to dismiss the impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte. And some have said as the 20th Congress opens, that is a possibility. Jurisdiction will be brought up. Constitutionality was already brought up. But there are so many other issues. Posible bang matuloy at hindi matuloy ang impeachment trial given the landscape, the makeup of the 20th Congress?
Well, I beg to disagree with my colleagues. I beg to disagree with that because the Constitution says that we should move forthwith. It doesn't say there you may move or the Senate will act forthwith and may also dismiss the case. It's not there in the Constitution. We have to act on it. Now, there's a gray area there that a lot of lawyers love using. They like to say, oh, there's a gray area that means we can come up with our own implementation, our own guidelines. I'm looking at precedents lang, Karen. Precedents was in 2001 or 2000, year 2000. Remember when we were Spice Boys, Karen? We were both young then. And I was a member of the Spice Boys group. We filed the articles of impeachment against former President Estrada to the Senate. And the only way we did that, and the only way that was possible was when then Speaker Manny Villar got the articles of impeachment after the prayer, read the articles of impeachment that brought it to the Senate. Did the Senate dismiss that and say that no, that was not a proper motion, you did not do it rightfully, and therefore we remand it or we return it back or we dismiss it outright? No. Senator Nene Pimentel then was the Senate President, heard and received the 77 firm signatures, and they proceeded with the trial. The rest is history.
But you did
The
not
same also
cross-
with
but the question, the challenge you have now is that did not cross two different Congresses.
Yes, but I'm just giving you precedents. So also with the Corona, whether rightly or wrongly, because I felt that it was also a witch hunt on Corona, and I felt I was not there. I was no longer there, Karen. Remember that I resigned in 2011. And so there's legal precedents on this. So I'm looking at the legal precedents on this.
Okay.
Whether I am for Sara or I am against Sara, whether I want to impeach her or to dismiss the case, it is of my opinion only. And therefore, the process should still continue. In the end, we vote. That's the point there. In the end, you vote. If you're sympathetic to Madam Sara, if you feel it's a witch hunt, then you vote to acquit. But if you feel that the evidence at hand is sufficient enough, then you vote to impeach. My point is, we have to go through the process. Although, one of the reasons why they're saying, bakit ka nagpirma dun, bakit ka bumoto dun sa 18 to remand?
Oh.
Because at that time, I strongly believe that hindi pwede siyang tumawid sa 20th Congress. Karen.
And today,
But-
what do you believe?
Well, now if the Senate agrees as a body to discuss it once again, then I have no choice. It's a collegial body, no? So we have to listen to the Senate. But my point being is, we must act on this, whether we like it or not, and therefore vote on using your conscience, Karen.
Okay.
Why are we afraid right away? But if to outright dismiss it, Karen, I'm worried. I am very worried that the credibility of the Senate as a body where people can go if they are aggrieved by these powerful people which are what you call constitutional offices, like the president, vice president, if that disappears, then the people will have no longer any faith in the Senate.
All right. But then the talk is, of course, when the 20th Congress opens, you will take your oath, right? Once again, because you will have, how does that work? Because right now, you are still an impeachment court. Tama, di ba?
Yes,
At sinidiya yung Senado, pero naka-impeachment court kayo. Nakasinidiya, nag-adjourn na, pero the impeachment court remains. That's correct, right? So the new senators that are incoming will have to take their oath. Tama?
Well, there will be 12. We're 12 remaining senators, and the 12 already taken their oath.
Oo, so yung
yes,
12
there's
na
incoming
papasok
12.
will take their oath, all right? So
That's
then
correct.
so in effect, it continues. The court continues. So ang tanong dito is, what if one member of the Senate actually files a resolution or brings it before the court that you cannot cross the impeachment to the 20th Congress, because there is a Senate rule wherein all proceedings end per Congress. It doesn't say which proceedings, but it says all. It didn't say legislative proceedings, it says all. So then you'd have to debate on that and take a vote on it, which may lead to a dismissal. Is that correct?
That's correct. That is correct. Well, I've listened to a lot of learned lawyers in many shows, and they said that the only way to stop the proceedings would be a Supreme Court ruling. If there's a group if there's justiciable issue and they take it up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court says yes.
It's very unbecoming of a senator judge in an impeachment trial to say that the impeachment complaint and the trial is a witch hunt. Hindi dapat nanggagaling yon sa isang senator judge who are expected to receive the evidence with impartiality and to treat the impeachment as a constitutional process. Sana hindi na maulit yon. We should limit what we say to the public, especially how we prejudge the impeachment as well as the coming evidence during the trial.
Pero
Against the Vice President.
Hindi maiwasan na ma-interpret ang sinasabi nila as telegraphing a dismissal early on before the trial will start.
Sir, do you think it's unfair? Kasi ngayon na hindi pa nalalatag yung ebidensya pero sasabihin witch hunt.
Remember that the impeachment is a political process. It is an act not only by the members of Congress, but representatives of Filipinos who were delegated by the people to initiate impeachment proceedings. So galing ito sa tao na bumoto sa more than 215 members of Congress who represented Filipinos. Kaya hindi ito witch hunt. Pakinggan muna natin yung ebidensya bago tayo magsalita. Even as a prosecutor, I did not prejudge a conviction or an acquittal. All we're saying is that may ebidensya dito. At naniniwala ang more than 215 members of Congress. At dapat pakinggan nyo before calling it a witch hunt or saying na dapat i-dismiss ito. Because this is a constitutional process which must proceed to find justice not for the complainants but for the Filipinos. If it's an acquittal, we should accept it. If it's a conviction, they should accept it, but they should receive the evidence first. It affects the people's perception of how the case will go about and how the trial will proceed. It's telegraphing how they want the case to be decided early on, even before the evidence is presented. I'm so glad that we filed a very good, well-written and authoritative reply para makita kung gaano katatag yung kaso at sana mailatag natin sa publiko. Every Filipino should watch this impeachment, bantayan natin ito kasi para ito sa taong bayan.
Congressman, have you been part of the regular meetings of the prosecution panel?
Because I'm not yet officially a member of the panel, I have not been part of their regular meetings, but I am in communication with them as well as with the private prosecutors. Kaya mostly, nagchat-chat kami, minsan nag-usap-usap kami ng personal tungkol sa mga iba't ibang bagay na lumilitaw. You know, itong impeachment na ito, talagang kakaiba ito eh. Kasi parang everyday, nag-iiba na naman yung issue. Nung una, may dismiss, tapos may remand, tapos may anong gagawin ng House. Kaya bawat hakbang niyan, bawat galaw ay kailangan researchin yan, kailangan pag-isipan yan, ano ba yung, what is happening? Kasi, you know, I have to tell you this, para sa akin, malinaw na malinaw yung ating konstitusyon. Pagka sinampa na sa Senado yung verified complaint, may pirma ng at least 1/3 na members of the House, yan ay tuturing na articles of impeachment, at walang ibang dapat gawin ang Senado kundi i-trial na. sabi nga, forthwith, di ba? Ang hindi napapag-usapan masyado, yung anong ibig sabihin ng trial. My understanding of the Constitution is that when the House of Representatives submits a verified complaint containing at least 1/3 of the members' signatures, then there are no more issues about the filing, yung mga tinatawag namin sa batas ng mga pre-trial issues. Kaya ang nakalagay sa Constitution, malinaw, i-trial na ninyo. Pag sinabi natin trial, ibig sabihin nun, yung pagpepresenta na ng ebidensya. Pauupuin ng mga testigo, ma-mark ang mga exhibits at ipepresenta sa court. So, matagal ko na sinasabi to, bakit hanggang ngayon, ilan buwan na yan na nandun sa Senado yung articles of impeachment, bakit wala pa rin trial? At kung ano-ano pang mga iba't ibang mga ginagawa nila sa Senado na is bringing us in many ways, bringing us farther away from a trial rather than closer to having an actual trial.
But Congressman, what do you make of the floated scenario na the senators can just vote to dismiss the trial? What happens if what will happen kung ganun nga yung mangyari?
Well, first of all, the senators do not have unlimited power. Their powers, whether as legislators or as senator judges, are always limited by what's in the Constitution. And the Constitution doesn't say dismiss. The Constitution and even the Senate rules do not talk about that. Kaya ang isa kong reklamo ay para bagang as the case is going on, new rules are being made. When the rules are clear, there's no need to make new rules about remanding, about requiring a certification of this or that, when all of this is not in the Constitution and it's not even in the impeachment rules of the Senate.
How would you describe these new rules that nagpa-pop up po every time?
They are in violation of the Constitution.
Okay po. And will there be a Supreme Court challenge, at least from Akbayan, kung sakali mang dumating tayo sa scenario na hindi matuloy yung full trial because the senators just vote to dismiss the proceedings?
Kung kinakailangan talaga, I think if pushed to that situation where there's no other choice, then I believe that these issues must be questioned before the court.
Mm-hmm. Noong binalik po ng Senado sa House of Representatives yung articles of impeachment, they outlined two conditions. Yung una, to certify that the impeachment is constitutional, na ginawa na po ng Kamara ng prosecution. Pero yung second condition ay hindi pa nagagawa kasi hindi pa po nagbubukas yung 20th Congress. Ito pong dapat daw mag-express ng willingness yung House of the 20th Congress that it would still pursue the impeachment trial. Should the House of Representatives comply, Congressman?
Well, there are many ways that the 20th Congress can express its willingness to proceed. For example, when sessions open, if the 20th Congress designates or appoints members of the 20th Congress to act as public prosecutors, that is clearly an indication that they want to proceed. Hindi sila mag-a-appoint ng public prosecutors na nanggagaling sa 20th Congress kung wala silang balak na ituloy ang kaso. So, while the Senate did direct, the court, Senate as an impeachment court, did direct the 20th Congress to express that, it didn't say how, and I believe that by the simple act of appointing public prosecutors from the 20th Congress, that is already compliance with the directive of the impeachment court.
But Congressman, can this condition raise further complications, or can this be used as ammunition by the camp of the Vice President to further question the legality, the constitutionality of the proceedings?
Yun yung isang pinangangambahan ko eh. Kasi kung for example magkaroon ng certification or something similar, they may argue that, panibagong certification yan, panibagong Congress yan. Therefore, na-violate ninyo yung 1-year ban. Kaya para sa akin, dapat maging maingat ang House of Representatives sa paglabas ng resolution in compliance with that order, because we don't want to complicate this any more than it's already been complicated, and we don't want to give anyone an opportunity na ma-delay pa ulit ito kung questionin pa ulit ito sa Supreme Court.
So if you ask me, and let me repeat what I said, I'm not satisfied with the leadership of the Senate, with due respect to the Senate President. Maybe there could be improvements to be made to how we are handling the Senate. Right? It's not a matter of position. It's not a matter of committee. Naawa nga ako. RG.
Okay, RG.
I don't know if you've been asked before, ba't kayo bumoto doon sa 18 if you feel that...
Because remanding is just trying to get an answer from them on the issue on constitutionality. You have to remember that I came out on the floor and I said that as far as I'm concerned, hanggang 19th Congress lang ito. Hindi lalabas to ng 20th Congress. Kailangan gawin ulit. That was my position. Now,
Kailangan gawin ulit, kailangan mag-impeach sila ulit sa House.
yeah, because just like legislation, just like committee resolutions and committee reports, at the end of the Congress, tapos na yan. That's my personal position. That's not my legal position. That's my personal position. Whether that is right or not, it's like Tolentino, Senator Tolentino, the majority floor leader, that was his position. So,
Personal position, kung magkakabotohan, yan ang boto mo.
no, but I'm also in favor of following the process.
Of the
Do
impeachment.
you understand? I would not have dismissed it outright. Alam mo yung remanding na yan, sa totoo lang, ang balita sa akin, hindi naman remanding ang pinag-usapan dyan, dismissal yun eh. Kaya nag-away nga si Sen Joel at si Sen Robin. Dahil nabibinig ko si Sen Robin, napakinggan ko. Hindi, wala sa usapan yan eh. Di ba? So, wala sa usapan. So, ibig sabihin, siguro may pinag-usapan sila. Alam nyo naman, ako, tsaka si Senator Lawrence, tsaka si Senator Binay, kami po ay grupong slap soil. Ano yung slap soil? Di ba? Hampas lupa. At pagkatapos nga naging na kami, dead hungry. Di ba? Patay gutom. Kaya out of the loop kami. So,
Dapat na-dismiss na doon.
Yun ang usapan.
well, I don't know. That was the chismis. Then, of course, and that's why there was a tension there because the group of Senator Bato really was pushing for dismissal. Now, if you ask me, as I mentioned earlier, as a member of then the Spice Boys in the 11th Congress, we were the ones who gathered the signatures of the impeachment of then President Estrada. We gave it then we were able to convince then Speaker of the House, Manuel Villar, to read it during the prayer. Kasi alam namin, magkakagulo because they still had the majority of members that were against the impeachment of the former president. So nangyari